Come on in and sit down. You cut the hardcore crew chewing the fat. You cut us shooting the shit. You cut us in the moment. Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of In the Moment. Before we get going, guys, you all have known me as Rick Stout for the past couple of years, but due to personal reasons, I am changing my name to the hardcore host, Rick Head, and I am now going to let my hardcore crew have at it and say what they got to say about this brand new name. Andy, you're here. You're the son of a bitch. You heard about it first. You've already just had a good laugh at it. Have it away.
Yeah, well, it's nice to be able to speak to Mr. Richard Head himself, or Dick to his friends. So he is now well and truly known as the Dickhead of the airwaves. Welcome, Rick.
Thank you, Andy.
I now have an accomplice.
We do. We have a son of a bitch and we have a dickhead. Will, Mr. MVP, welcome to the show. You're up next. I told you. Apparently, you are now just heard about this yourself.
I can't call you a head block of cheese because that would be insulting to the dairy lovers across the nation. But hey, man, I mean, sorry about your father. Rest in peace and everything. He's looking down, saying, my son is proud. He's proud of you. He's looking down with a smile, like, continue what you're doing. And I'll still call you Rick, but the head thing, forget it. Miss me with that.
Fair enough. And over to you, Lance.
Rick Head the dickhead. It just fits.
Good enough. Finally, Joe, welcome to the show.
Thank you, and you and me spoke about your name change. I have one question, though. What happens when Jack strokes your head? Is that stroking the dick?
We'll leave that for another night. I'm not sure if Jack Shit would like to know. You know what? She's here, and if you want to, you can ask her personally. Miss Shit, Joe would like to know what happens when you're stroking the head. Are you stroking the dick or are you stroking the head?
What the fuck?
I don't even think she knows how to answer that one.
She's got some bad news for you.
You actually have her speechless. That's a first. She is actually at a loss.
Well, when she runs her fingers through your hair, which hair it is on which head, Rick?
Hold on.
Does it really matter as long as I'm stroking it?
I am not commenting.
He is not commenting. All right. Well, guys, let's get on to the show. Tonight, as we go and we do In the Moment, we talk about whatever the hell's on our mind. We can talk about wrestling. We can talk about, news. We can talk about, anything. But we do have a new thing that's just happened over in the NBA, guys. Donald Sterling is banned from the NBA. He's the NBA Clippers owner. Apparently he made some kind of racist remarks to his girlfriend. Now, this is behind closed doors. Now, guys, Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling was banned for life and fined $2.5 million by the NBA after he was recorded making racist comments to his African-American, also mixed-race girlfriend, his mistress, in his home. She had recorded these conversations and released it to the media. During the news conference, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver banned Donald Sterling for life from any association with the Clippers organization or the NBA. Silver was also fined, like I said, $2.5 million, and that money will be donated to charity. And he is pushing the NBA board for Silver to sell the Clippers. The NBA and officials also include Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Steve Nash, Players Association President Kevin Johnson, and applauded the decision from Los Angeles. Now, guys, don't get me wrong. I am by no ways say what Sterling did was right. What he did is absolutely appalling. But I have to say what he did was behind closed doors. And I'm kind of on the fence on this one. And when you say something in the privacy of your own home, it's your own business. If he was on the street and he had made some racist remarks, then I would absolutely say that the NBA was fully in their right. But you know what? You're in your home. You have a right to say. You do have a little bit of leeway. Bay, I'm going to hand this over to you because I do know that you do follow other sports. What do you think about this?
All right, I'm just going to make this short to the point. I mean, his girlfriend, basically took a picture with Irvin Magic Johnson, and that's how the controversy started. And what you listened to in that 9.5 minute interview on TMZ just basically sparked it all. Now, you're right, right? Basically, you have the right to say whatever you want in your own homes. But also remember, too, Adam Silver was basically tested to see what he was going to do. You know, the league, the Players Association, basically they looked at him like, what's your first act going to be? And you see all these Twitter feeds, how well he did, how he handled it. You know, the 2.5 million he was fined. That was under the NBA Constitution. That's how much the maximum you can get fined. And my fair opinion, there is no time for racism in any pro sports or culture. It's not right, you know. But at the same time, I kind of blame his girlfriend. I can't pronounce her name. She kind of egged it on a little bit too. I listened to it a couple times, and if she knew what Sterling was like, why mention it? Because you're just to blame as much as he was. But overall, I like what Adam Silver did. There's no racism for it. There's no point to it all. That's it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you listen to that little 9-minute conversation, she clearly did bait him. Now, again, like I said, what he did was despicable. His comments were despicable. I'm not denying that at all. He's clearly a racist. But you know what, though? He kind of kept his racism in check. He kind of kept it behind closed doors. Andy, I'm not sure if you're aware of the whole situation at all. Are you aware of it all?
Yeah, it's on the news. Oprah Winfrey's obviously, from what we've heard, putting a bid in to buy the team. The only thing I can say is, I saw I haven't seen it on TMZ, but I've seen the news footage where there's his girlfriend is hugging, is it Magic Johnson, whatever his name is, a coloured basketball player?
I believe so, yes.
Irvin Magic Johnson, Andy.
To be perfectly honest, and I'm going to be pretty frank, and I hope I don't upset anybody for saying this, most white people, white males, have this thing about coloured males being close to their partners. It's not a racist thing, it's just an ego thing. Nothing to do with racism, and I can fully understand why her boyfriend's probably gone, what you doing with that black? He didn't exactly say that, but that's basically what he's saying. And if everyone on this panel now is honest and they are white, we've all come out with that comment at some time. And I'm not a racist person by any way, shape or form, but I have actually come out with that comment when a black person has approached my partner in a sexual manner, as I've seen, and tried it on with her. Your temper blow. Instead of going up, like if it was a white person, you'd probably go, what is your fucking problem? But because they're a black person, what is your problem, you black? It's nothing to do with racism. It's a comment he's come out with. And I'm sorry, the only people that are taking offence to it are coloured people. I'll say coloured people. It's probably more polite than black people. But the only people that are taking offence are coloureds. And I'm sick of every time there's a racism pop, it's always a white person supposedly slating off a black person. All I can say is, we're all equal. Fucking deal with it.
Well, you know what? You have somewhat of a point. So you're saying the more reason why he felt threatened by, I'll just say, use the word we said, the other colored people, is because you feel that he was cheating on him?
No, we've all been there. I can't speak for Will because he's of a different colour than we are. But
I think we could ask Will.
For the rest of us,
right.
yeah, but Will really can't say because he's of that ethnic minority or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but as a white person, if I see a coloured person going up to somebody I love and hitting on them or doing something to them, let's say my child is young and a black person hits my child, the first thing that goes through my head is, you black bee. And I'm not racist. You guys know on here, I am not racist. I will have a laugh and joke with anybody. But I am the most unracist person. But if I've seen someone hit one of my friends, and it happens to be a coloured person, the first thing that goes through my head, whether it's programmed that way or not, is you be B. Just get out
Hold on,
there
wait, hold on. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back on In the Moment. We had some technical difficulties, and of course, Andy is back on Viscera's wife, and he just sent me a picture. I don't know what this picture is, folks, but of course it'll be on the YouTube reel. So I have to look at it, and I have to see what this picture is, and you will be seeing as I'm seeing it right now, and I don't know what this picture is looking at. And oh my God, what the?
Yeah, that is a grieving wife. Yeah,
Wow.
she really looks like she's grieving for something, and it's not being a dead person's wife. She's after cock.
I think she's grieving after Playboy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, there's nothing wrong.
Is she
She's
shaved? I think
quite
she's shaved. If not, she's trimmed.
She's quite a for
Hold on,
a girl that's not really thin.
And I
she's
just got an
not
evil
bad.
eye for Jack Shit. Hold on, Miss Shit. I need your yes, you can get a sip of my Kool-Aid.
I don't know what kind of shoes she's got on, but she looks like she's 3 foot off the ground. She looks like she's standing on a plant pot. But I'm sorry, you don't post pictures like that when you're grieving for your husband.
Can I make my point of view on this whole Donald Sterling thing?
Yeah,
Lance.
go ahead.
Yeah, basically, okay, I did a little bit of investigation. I kind of think, well, let's face it, he is elderly, right? He's 80. He's been owning the team for 33 years. And just somehow this private statement got out.
Hold on. Ms. Jack Shit has a comment she'd like to put on.
Well, that's what I wear when I'm grieving.
Yeah, but what are you grieving for? Cock.
What's wrong with that?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
James, get me a drink.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this, Lance.
anyone, because he bought the team for $12.5 million.
And now is it $1 billion? Is it now or something?
No, right now the team's worth 575, and it could be up like billions and stuff. His net worth is 1.9 billion. That little that 2.5 billion dollar fine is nothing to him. He's pretty much going to go live out the rest of his days. I just think he wanted out.
Yeah, he's trying to cash his
he didn't
chips
care
in
who
while
he
can.
pissed off. He didn't care who he pissed off. He's just going to be fat and happy with his money.
You know what? I disagree with that because nobody wants to lose money, especially in our society. He can afford to lose it, yes, but that's also your reputation and something. And this is something that's private in your house, and nothing should be said publicly. Should be exposed. That's like somebody recording your conversation without your knowledge and posting it on Twitter, YouTube, and everything, saying, "Oh, look, this man's a dick." And then there's ignorant people who back that up and just because they don't know the real person, they're just agreeing with it because it's the flavor of the month. It's like, look at the situation with, let's look around. Like I said, the Paula Dean issue, the Oprah Winfrey issue. It's people just do this because they're money hungry in our society, and they wanna get a claim of some big cash, and they want to be secure for the rest of their life. They don't care if it screws themselves up. No, I don't care if later on they prove that I'm an asshole. But no, as long as I can walk away with this basket full of money and this pot of gold, I am okay.
Well, let's talk about assholes. We have some real assholes. We have some really dumb fucks in our next video. In this week's video called, our YouTube word search of the week, we call them dumb fucks. And Joe, you actually sent in this video of the week, and we took out a peek at this video, guys. But Andy, I don't know if you've seen it, but you really got to take a look at this video. James, I think you should take a look at it too, but I'm going to rewatch it all over again because this one was a winner, guys.
No. No.
It really was a winner.
Prepare.
Yeah.
All I can say is damn.
We're only going to watch a few short minutes, and we're going to watch up to 3 minutes of this one because we are on a limited time, guys.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, if you guys look at the beginning, the girl is doing a chemistry show, and she's actually passing out from the chemicals. Yep.
I thought she was passing out doing meth. Just a thought.
Well, talking of like dumb videos and so on, did anyone see that comment I posted on Facebook yesterday? some stupid comments that have actually been posted on Facebook, and some woman's put, "Is it true if I stick my credit card in the slot of my laptop, I can do online payments?"
Oh my God! Not as dumb as this one. The guy just tried to do a backflip and lands right on his nuts. Oh, double knockout. Now I don't understand why people insist on putting cameras right in front of their bicycle. You know? Oh man! Some of these are just like. Guys, like you go first. Nope, you go.
I'm skiing for air,
Oh,
and I'm skiing for
one goes. The other one's like, nope, not happening.
You know what, gentlemen, you look at these videos, and fans, you look at these videos, and isn't a wonder no intelligent life comes to visit us?
Now we're gonna move on to this past week's Raw, which I think was probably one of the better Raws. It was their go-home show of the week, and the opening segment of Raw, I have to say, I really have to applaud the WWE. That's where John Cena comes out where the cage was already lowered, and he asks the WWE Universe why. And, of course, that's why would they stand behind Bray Wyatt when they followed up behind Wyatt. We're coming out to the Child's, and, of course, Wyatt comes out to the Child's Chorus singing, "He's got the whole world in his hands." I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Not only did this point out that Cena's main target audience was kids, but this also points out that the voting, which they did the week before, shows that it's totally rigged. The WWE app is totally rigged. Excuse me, guys. And it's definitely one of the best segments I've seen on Raw in a long, long time. And that's not saying it's saying a lot considering I'm not a big fan of Bray Wyatt. Andy, I'm going to point it over to you.
Well, you know my feelings on. I really don't know what they're trying to do because I'm not buying it at all. And as much as I don't like the guy, when Bray Wyatt normally, "We're not the whole world in his hand," when he sings it dead creepy, I can go with it. But I'm sorry, on Monday I thought he was trying to make a hit single because he sang it quite well.
He actually didn't sing it on Monday. That was kids who sang it.
Yeah, but when he first started to sing it before you saw the kids, he sung it. He didn't actually sing it like a psychopath would sing it. He sung it like one of the Osmonds. And then suddenly the kids come out and start singing it with him, and I thought, this is just lame.
Well, you know, there was some people actually during that segment who actually thought that John Cena was actually possibly teasing a heel turn, and I'm saying it's still not going to happen because he's still one of the number one marketings in the WWE. Joe, would you agree with that?
You know what? I agree with it. I enjoyed the segment. I think it was well thought out. I think it gave a new level to Bray Wyatt, and you could see in Cena's frustration that he's thinking the fans are turning on him, which they already have. You know, I personally, I think it's a good. It was a great segment, but is Cena gonna turn? No, I think they're gonna keep him like that. He's gonna be tested to see how far this goes.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Bay, what were your thoughts on this segment, and how do you see this segment going for into the pay-per-view?
All I gotta say was that was beautifully orchestrated. I have never seen John Cena had a baffled look in his face his whole career. That was brilliant. I mean, like you stated, his target is kids, and the kids went against him, and I would never see the day that Cena would have a look, and we've seen it, and it's just like fucking beautiful. Just 5 points. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Oh, world in his hands.
And of course, that's James with the Big Easy speaking up. So, James, your thoughts?
That segment was well worked. Let's say that. I really haven't said it much with segments. How we talk about, why segments shouldn't be starting shows. But if they do segments like that, it would work. This thing right here with Bray Wyatt having the choir kids with the sheep mask singing with him worked because it tells that story that Bray Wyatt is getting into John Cena's mind, and to the point that Bray Wyatt has that advantage.
All right. And Lance, over to you.
Just like thing of beauty, the way they work this. I mean, one, I'm a fan of the quote evil stables. They did this masterfully. If if there was nobody that was not just slightly creeped out by this, there's something seriously wrong with you. It was creepy. It was awesome.
All right. Now we got Hugh Jackman going on to the Dolph Ziggler segment. Where it pretty much is a pitiful, guys. I have nothing really nice to say about this. This was just another celebrity segment. Damien Sandow comes out where he was dressed as Magneto, and this is just to push the new X-Men movie that's coming out. And basically, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, in the words of Charles Barkley, it was terrible.
You know what could have
yeah.
saved this segment, Rick? If Hugh Jackman would have pulled out, if Hugh Jackman would have pulled out some Wolverine claws and slashed everyone.
You know, yeah. I mean, I just don't. The WWE just pushes this stuff way too much, and I understand that they like to market shit, but enough is enough. Andy, your thoughts?
I really don't know why they need, unless the celebrity's actually done something for the wrestling industry. I really don't see the point in having you jack off in the ring. To be honest, he just made a joke of the whole thing. It was just a stupid segment. Imagine if you were a casual wrestling fan and you flicker at your channel hopping and suddenly you get onto that and you see a bloke come down in a Superman cape and a mask and you think, Magneto, is this not wrestling I'm watching? Yeah, okay. Next.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but this making Sandow's career sinking faster than Shane Douglas's reputation.
Sinking faster than the Titanic.
No, the Titanic's not sinking as fast as Shane Douglas's reputation. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's move on. It's glad to see Bad News Barrett become the number one contender. I know a few people here really were rooting for RVD. The run-in we all called for it. We knew that was kind of more than obvious as who was going to win after Cesaro got knocked out of the tournament. Question is, will we finally see a decent IC championship? Or will we see Big E retain this Sunday? We're going to talk a little bit that later on in the main show, guys. But, you know what, Andy? What do you think about this?
What can I say?
You're just not happy all along the board, are you?
No, I know RVD wouldn't have it. He's too old, and what point would they have giving the guy? But there's far better deserving people than him.
Lance, you and I pretty much talked about this again last week. It was another one. What were your thoughts about Bad News Barrett winning with a run-in?
Kind of a crappy way to do it, but I mean, I can see where Barrett, as over as he's getting, and there's nobody that can deny he is not over. But as over as he is, I think he could be the one that might start bringing some prestige back to the IC title, which I think that's what they were trying to do with this whole tournament type deal. Because let's face it, both the mid-card belts have been kind of pushed way down. I think they're trying to elevate the IC title, and yeah, I got some bad news. Barry, you're going to be busier now because I think you're going over at Extreme Rules.
Yep. Well, you know what? Lance does bring up a good point. Bad News Barrett has been getting over a bit. Some people think that he'll even be getting pushed over as a face rather than a heel over a certain time. Do you see that happening, or do you think that's just a small thing? You think it's just a short-term thing going?
Well, truthfully, I think it's a short-term thing because he's still technically a heel.
All right, Joe, your thoughts?
Thank God Biggie Webster's going to lose that belt. That's all I could say. It's good to see, and I predict that Barrett is going to go over. I think another good reason that Barrett goes over because he's not a big muscle-bound goof like, Biggie Langstrom. I think they're trying to get away from that type of build because it doesn't fit the IC title. I think the IC title is good for pretty much all-around type, contenders. They're not. If you look back in the history of the Intercontinental titles, never been no big muscle-bound person has held it except for the Ultimate Warrior. There's probably been other bigger champions, but mostly it's been well-rounded individuals. Bret Hart, Macho Man Savage, Steamboat, the list goes on and on. So I predict Barrett going over.
And let's go on to the next one. It looks like the Rhodes are clearly on their way for a breakup. We've been kind of saw this about 2 weeks ago. Then last week, we saw Cody again being a little bit more aggravated with Dusty and Cody. Now the question is, how long are we going to see this stretch out? There were rumors that they were supposed to have a match at WrestleMania, but again, that just didn't happen. Are they pushing this off, or are they going to just wait until after Extreme Rules? Another rumor is, who do we see being the heel on this one? Joe, I'm going to talk to you on this one. Joe, over to you.
You know what? It's so odd. The situation of heels and it's just been going out the window. I think people are just cheering who they like the most nowadays. So there's no such thing as heels or good guys anymore. Look at Cena; they hate him like a passion. I hate the guy. When it comes to the Rhodes, I think they shouldn't break them up, but maybe this is Dustin's way of getting out. Maybe his contract is up and he wants to get away from the ring now. I don't know. I wish they would have kept the Rhodes longer. I could see Cody slinking back into mid-card status again over this. That's my opinion. I think Cody survives much better when he's with his brother. He needs that. He needs that strong support. And on his own, we've seen where his career has gone.
All right. Okay, James, over to you. Your thoughts about what happened with what's going on with the Rhodes brothers?
I see they gotta break up after Extreme Rules. And I think I see more with Cody Rhodes being the heel. And I think this is what I agree what Joe says is that I think this is gonna be the way to get Goldust out of WWE, because I think they signed him for a short-term deal to work with his brother, but I think it's almost that time for him to, go out the seams now. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now, and I'll be surprised if they go more. He goes higher than mid card for Cody.
All right, and Andy, I know again you've never been a big fan of Cody. Do you see Cody coming out? How do you see Cody coming out, as the heel or the face on this one?
He's obviously going to come out as a face because he can't do anything as a heel. Sorry, because he can't do nothing as a face because he's been too many heels to become a believable babyface. I still feel he should. It's too early to leave his brother. I agree with James that Goldust signed a short contract and it's probably coming to its end. But out of the two, the one person that gets the biggest pop and the one person that shines out the tag team is Goldust. Every time. I just don't think Cody has got it on his own. The trouble with Cody, in my opinion, is the trouble with most of the wrestlers today. They haven't got a gimmick that makes them different. Even John Cena's got a gimmick. None of the new wrestlers these days have got a gimmick. And that's what it's lacking. Unfortunately, you need a gimmick to make it in the industry. If you haven't got a gimmick, you might as well give up, because everybody is wearing the generic wrestling attire. They all look identical. There's no originality.
Well, let's move on to the main event, and that's whatever Ric Flair, and of course, where he came out pretty much pissed drunk. And he came out with Evolution, and the Shield were down. Everybody was all popping for Ric Flair, and they were like, wow, Ric Flair's coming to join Evolution. It's like, wow, he's here. Evolution's complete. No, Evolution's shit drunk. And I'm sorry, guys. It was just a disgrace. He was just a drunken old man, and he's tossed everything that he's done in his past away. I'm not impressed with him anymore, and I think he shouldn't even retire. He should just go away. If it's not okay for Jeff Hardy to come to the ring stoned, it's not okay for Ric Flair to come to the ring drunk, period. There's no excuse for it, guys, anymore. Everybody said, but he's like a 16-time world champion. So what? Who cares? Because I don't give a fuck anymore. What he's done is gone. It doesn't make a difference anymore. Joe, over to you.
Wow, really? Come on, Rick. Tell us what you really feel.
Really felt I'd be here for another hour.
I was a fan of Ric Flair during the 80s, and I seen seen him take on the best of the best. He should have retired 20 years ago. He should have gone out in dignity and just passed the Nature Boy name and gimmick to someone else like Buddy Rogers did to him. It's just so sad to see guys like, Ric Flair come out like this, drunken, looks like he's a million years old, no respect for the business, he's just catching a quick paycheck. This reminds me of the Jeff Hardy incident where he came to defend his title against Sting, and he was stoned and he was stumbling around. These guys are given, they work hard in their early time, they're given a lot of money, given a lot of reputation, and they seemingly toss it down the toilet. I think it's time for Ric Flair to retire completely, maybe be a Walmart greeter, hello, welcome to Walmart, get your shit and get out.
I think even him to go to Walmart is too much. I don't even think he should do that. I think he should find some little watering hole and just sit there.
Well, he's already doing that. But think about it, guys. Imagine you walk into Walmart. Here comes Ric Flair, jumps out of nowhere, and he goes, "Woo! What do you want?" He says, "You want to see the Nature Boy? Go down aisle 3 for my selection of toys and booze. Woo!"
Yeah, maybe he should, but what I find funny is that this supposedly, because if you remember back during the WWE 2K14, Ric Flair being drunk is what cost Jim Ross's job. That's the rumor, right? So let me ask you this: Ric Flair being drunk on Raw, is that going to cost? Who's going to be fired now? Do we think that Triple H is going to be fired? Get over to you.
For Triple H even contemplating on bringing him on the television in that state, he wants bending down and giving a good length.
Yeah.
No wonder the stock fell in WWE. No wonder they're in a scandal for that.
The trouble with Ric Flair now, he's been so big for so long, he's bigger than wrestling in his own head.
Yeah, and
he thinks when he walks through that curtain, he's the biggest thing ever, lace up his boots, as they say in the trade. And he isn't.
He hasn't been the biggest thing in over 20 years.
He's a silly old man, and he comes over as a silly old man. And he has the cheek to take the piss out of people like Jake the Snake Roberts and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. They've turned their careers around. What have you done?
Bastardized his career.
Yeah, he's just made everything that he's ever done over the last 30 years a joke.
Yeah.
Basically,
Lance, let's kick it over to you.
Basically, it's sad when a legend, or what used to be a legend in Ric Flair, when I see him coming on, my first reaction is not, oh my God, it's Ric Flair. It's, oh my God, is he drunk or not? If he wants to help the business, okay, I don't have a problem with that. What he should do is, they should dry him out and have him teach people how to use the mic. Because he knows how to work a microphone. Because I think that's how he should help the business, not come on TV, because when he comes on TV, he's always plowed.
If he could actually stay sober, fine. But I think he should stay in the production, like I said, in the production center, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Nowhere else. Should not come on TV. He has no business being on TV anymore. And, people can say, you know what, Rick, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you know what, you're free to put your comments in the comment section below, by all means, because that's what we're here for. We're here to give our opinion, and we want you to put your opinions on. You know what? James, over to you. We want your opinion.
To me, this is my personal opinion. I kind of have to disagree. Because the difference between Jeff Hardy's and Ric Flair was only there just to talk. Jeff Hardy actually went out wrestling stoned. And really, it kind of like, you're supposed to wrestle for the World Heavyweight Championship, but you're high as fuck. Ric Flair, I kind of have to understand it because he's just talking and just leaving. That's all.
All right. Will, your thoughts?
Woo! That's the calling of the owl. No wonder Ric Flair got that call from an owl. Damn it, we solved a long time mystery here. But seriously, I thought Flair was way out of his element long time ago. and like Joe said, Joe basically said everything I had to say. But you, Rick, you went too damn vicious, man. I couldn't stop laughing in the background.
You know, I just say it how it is, and I'm sorry, you know.
Oh, no,
But you know what?
I understand. It's just I never heard you like so flared up about that. See what I did there? Flared up.
Ixnay on the flare A around Rick A.
Can I mention something also? I'm kind of also concerned with the fact that his daughter Charlotte is in NXT too, and she's she's getting a push to maybe a push for the women's title for NXT. How do you view that?
You know what? If she does work and she busts her ass, I don't see it being an issue. I don't see how that is an issue, because she's her own person. You know.
Somebody called DDP. We got another client for him.
Yeah. I don't. I don't.
Not even DDP could do that.
Next week's segment on In the Moment, will Flair take a DDP yoga? I'm gonna say it right here. Hell no, he won't.
Yeah. Well, guys, as we said before, we want you to put your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about this past week's Raw? What did you think was the highest section or the lowest section? What did you think was great? What did you think sucked? So please make sure, again, put all your comment section below. Make sure you like this video, and please subscribe to youtube.com/HWR show. Andy, where can everyone find you at?
Yeah, you can find me at www.stokehaunted.com.
We have the classic wrestling manager, Joseph Knight. Joe, where can everyone find you at?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at JKnightManager. That's Knight with a K. You can also find me on Joseph Knight Manager on Facebook. And I'm dying here of cake. So just thinking of DDP trying to work with Flair. But those are and you're going to see soon, I'm going to be unveiling a new YouTube channel. So keep your eyes out.
We'll make sure we do that. And we also have the incomparable Lance Moss, and you can find him over at youtube.com/LanceMossTV. Lance, what do you got going on over there?
Album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, redneck gourmet cooking videos, some guitar work, and whatever else pops in my head.
And we also have the iVlog tag team in the house. First, he's James from the Big Easy. James, what's up?
Well, you can find me on ivlog.tv/user/fatboy504.
All right, and make sure you tag in your partner. That's
hey, sucker! Good for you. Next week is the official NFL Draft 2014. Hopefully James will not be bothering homeless people. He'll be in that call. And I'm also on iVlog with James doing what we do best.
Hey, homeless people. What the fuck?
Hey. Ixnay on Billy saying that nay. But we also on iVlog. We do our own thing. Video games, game shows, sports debates. We do what we do. And, you know, my reports, my faces and heels of the week, you know how we do it. Back to you, Greg.
And, of course, you can always find us over on our Facebook page at facebook.com/hardcore wrestling radio. Please subscribe to us at our new YouTube page at our youtube.com/HWR show. And also check us out on Daily Motion at dailymotion.com/hardcore wrestling radio. So for everyone here, I'm the hardcore host, Rick Head, saying we'll see you when we see you. Thank you for listening to this edition of In the Moment. Be sure to check out our page at facebook.com/hardcore wrestling radio, and please subscribe to us at our YouTube page at youtube.com/HWR show. Until the next time, this is the hardcore host, Rick Head, saying we'll see you when we see you.